Good day or good evening in during the meantime you are watching this video. What is it, day or what is it, evening? It doesn't matter, but this is me again, Wesker speaking. And right now we are reading This Week in Destiny, 5th of June 5th, 2025. This week in Destiny, we've spent many hours watching what our community of creators has to say about the Age of Fate. After visiting us a few days at Bungie's headquarters and playing Destiny's latest expansion for the very first time, it's now their time to share what they experienced with you all. We also have some news on our side, but let's not get ahead of that. The Age of Fate hands-on previews are here. Let's talk about tiers and exotic armor. Prophecy arrives in Rite of the Nine, Adept rotation calendar. Pride Month is here. Especially this one. Who cares? The Age of Fate impressions are live. A few weeks ago, we invited a group of press and players to Bungie HQ so they could play The Age of Fate ahead of its release on July 15. We had a great time chatting with them and hearing their impressions firsthand. They had access to the first campaign mission within The Age of Fate, gear tiering, armor 3.0, the portal, and more. On Tuesday, June 3rd, they released their first batch of content to the world, and now you can also learn what they have to say. Go watch them if you haven't yet, or if you prefer reading, we got you covered too. PC Gamer and Shack News have previews on their websites too. There is a few key topics to follow as you check their videos. First, we have Kepler, the new destination where the Age of Fate takes place. Kepler is home to some new enemy factions as well as new allies that will help us unfold the mystery that has brought players to this place. One of the key aspects that define Kepler is how Guardians can explore it by using new abilities like Matter Spark. Uh, those are the videos for those who are interested in seeing. Like, first one, it's the depiction of exotics. Everyone has already seen them. That Warlock have arms. Titan have exotic that allow you to get back your hammer, and the hunter can. It's something with thread links in on strand subclass, and second video out there is for those who are interested in seeing the mission firsthand. There's also new enemies. Uh, it's fallen, but it's fallen in that mission. I haven't saw Vex out there. Then there is the new gear tiering system, which is an integral update coming with the Age of Fate. Weapons and armor will go from tier 1 to tier 5 and gain a broad set of bonuses the higher their tier is. We plan to share more about how it works and what it means for your current gear, starting with exotic armor in a section just below. For now, let's say the new tier 5 weapons will look this good. Yeah, to get the best gear, you will you will need to face the hardest challenges like Grandmaster and the ultimate difficulty. It looks like they are like the idea that people play ultimatum difficulty on Rites of the Nine. And you reach by adding different modifiers to the activities found in the portal. The portal will offer several categories of activities, each with a wide selection of new and updated activities, refreshed with each major update. Yeah, there is a new archetype weapons out there, and some of them even kinda like the new ones. Well, for example, we have the new pulse rifle, which is shooting rockets. Yes, it's like rocket sidearm, but it's now shooting three rockets in one round from the for this pulse rifle. and probably it's stasis. I might be incorrect. And also the new archetype for the hand cannons, like the hybrid between hand cannon and shotgun, like something like this. All activities in the portal will provide updated and worthwhile rewards, the option to tune the difficulty as you wish to get better rewards, and it will make easier to find something to play each time you log in. From solo ops to the Crucible and many other activities, the portal will be your starting point for most content in the Age of Fate. Last but not least, we have a reworked set of stats that now go up to 200 for extra effect and take every point into consideration, pushing build crafting to its limits and making every choice matter. What armor you put on will remain crucial, and the new pieces earned when playing the Age of Fate will always drop with 3 high values for 3 of said stats. Max them together to unlock your potential. Yeah, another video from Mactis and Scarrow. The best place to test some of these new abilities and weapons we have mentioned will be in the tower's new shooting range. By the way, about this shooting range, I saw it in the videos that they were showcasing that Bungie allowed them now to release the videos in order that the people will saw. And this shooting range is taking the place from 0 Hour Mission when we beating the final boss. They took that entire place and make it a special place that we can now test our guns and builds. But I digress. Whatever enemy you want to fight, it's going to be there so you can test everything you can think of. Oh, and by the way, about these weapons, I must admit, some of them are new models and some of them are repriced. So, if you are a veteran player like myself from 2016, you probably see a lot of stuff reprise models from, well, I saw especially from the Warmind DLC. They took the from some weapons use Warmind DLC weapons models, but you will notice that. But most of the other ones are new ones. Well, mostly, but some of them are new ones. All activities in Portal will provide updated and worthwhile rewards, the option to tune the difficulty as you wish to get better rewards, and it will make easier to find something to play each time you log in, from solo ops to the Crucible and many other activities. The Portal will be your starting point for most certain in the Age of Fate. Last but not oh wait, oh, I'm so sorry. I already read this because I starting to say some my thoughts, and I forget that I already read that. But regardless, answering some of your questions. Will we get more world space? Yes, very crucial, very crucial question. The very first day we'll get this, because listen, like myself, right now this is the my managing the vault is just so frustrating and cringe at the moment, because with this system, because they completely forget about the crafting entirely, and now we have all these upgraded weapons. Now I always have to get 3 or at least 4 of those guns, because random isn't going anywhere. Like the perks inside there, you have to pray for the randomizer Jesus in order for you to get the specific perks you ever wanted, because crafting at least get rid of this problem that we don't have to rely on Jesus randomizer. So he was really good for us, and he will give us specific perks what we want. So yes, will we get more world space? World space is not changing in the Age of Fate, but we do have additional world space and quality of life features planned for Renegades later this year. Stay tuned for details. Bungie, for God damn it! Why? Ugh. Sometimes I really, really hate you, Bungie. Sometimes, especially for this, for like additional wall space, reminds me of love-hate relationship. To be exactly honest about this. Will I be able to use my current gear? Your current gear is still very viable in the Age of Fate, and you will surely use it in the near future when beginning the new expansion. And even in contest mode for the world first race. Well, it's not for me. At a high level, the new gear we introduce alongside gear tiering will offer new benefits once you start getting involved with certain activities. Armor will have spikier stats and higher total numbers, as well as specific archetypes that will help you put together stronger builds. Same thing with weapons. The higher the tier, the more extra perks and enhancing options you will have. We will have more information in upcoming tweets and a full live stream dedicated to talking about gear. Stay tuned. Wow. Uh, live stream about for this? Wow, that's interesting. What new weapon archetypes are coming with the Age of Fate? You've noticed the new spread shot hand cannon, eh? Yes, that's exactly what I was saying before that. Like this new archetype of hand cannon. Tune in to our next developer streams to learn more about the many weapons coming with the Age of Fate, as well as their new perks and more. What's happening to mobility, recovery, and resistance? Check the section below. Is the well, as long story short, as far as I remember, they are completely renamed and reworked, so they're mostly they're gone. Let's think about it like they're mostly gone. Like it's going to be uh like it's called class, health, and something else. About for mobility stat, I forget what it is. Is the director going away? We are focusing on the portal as the main hub for the Age of Fate, but the director is not going away. Players will still be able to access activities and locations through it, and Kepler can be accessed through the portal. What are unstable cores? Oh yeah, this is new currency they are implementing in the Age of Fate. Unstable cores is a new currency we are introducing with the Age of Fate. They will be earned from dismantling high-level gear, among other sources, and will be set at the start of each 6-month season. We plan to answer all our questions regarding the economy changes coming with the Age of Fate in the future this week in Destiny. But uh, are you going to change something with enhancement cores? Because some people out there, they are saying, especially some of my friends, they say that like they don't have any problems for the enhancement cores because some of them have 2,000 of those enhancement cores, like 5,000, 9,000 enhancement cores, while I very much struggle with them and I only have 200 is the most I can have if I am farming them and doing the bounties and taking the special offers from Rahul every reset. So yeah, I hope you're going to get rid of this economy, or at least uh, give more enhancement cores, because right now many people out there, well, I probably will be in the minority in this, but still I'm having a very much trouble getting a lot of those enhancement cores, because you need those enhancement cores if you want to upgrade your weapons for those cool shiny golden perks. Let's continue. Gear tiering and exotic armor 3.0. You may have seen a lot of the videos that creators published 2 days ago. So instead of repeating their exact words, we want to focus on some specific details about ability stats, gear tiering, and how your collection of exotic armor pieces is being brought forward. In our reveal stream, the team spoke to adding depth to armor and gear in general with the launch of the Edge of Fate. As a part of this, armor stats are getting an overhaul, and some new stats have been created to expand upon your build crafting opportunities. Without further ado, here's the Destiny 2 sandbox team to dive into the nitty gritty details. Sandbox here. We have a literal mountain of changes to talk about over the next few weeks, and you will definitely be seeing a few of us on upcoming live streams. With that said, let's just get started with a bit of the core stat changes you'll be seeing soon. When you log in to play the Edge of Fate, you will notice your armor stats have changed. So what becomes of your old stats? Mobility is now weapons. Oh yes, mobility is now weapons. Resilience is now health, just as I said. Recovery is now class. I also said about this. Strength is now melee. Yes, so strength is going away and now it's just melee. Super oversimplifying. But nobody said that this is a bad thing, honestly. But some people are saying, like, especially those people. I'm sorry, just a little out of my character here. Some people who playing those builds and those first missions, and they saw how the changes are in Destiny right now, and they say that, like, the people who is starting the game, the newcomers, are having difficulties to playing Destiny, and now is going the gap between those newcomers and new players and them are going to be even more bigger right now. But let's continue. Discipline is now grenade, yes, and intellect is now super. Pretty much not that difficult, you know. What are the new stats and what do they do? Health from 1 to 100 grants you 0 minus 70 healing when picking up an orb of power. Grants 0 slash 10% flinch resistance. Wow, not bad. If you have 100 or 200, shields start recharging from 0 to 25% more quickly and take from 0 to 50% less time to fully recharge. From 0 to 20, additional shield capacity versus combatants. Red borders and yellow borders enemies, does they mean about this in PvE or PvP? Well, about PvP is not that really matter, but let's suggest that this is a PvE. Melee from 1 to 100 improves the base cooldown of your melee ability. Improves the amount of melee energy gained from external sources and any melee regeneration speed scalars from other sources. If you have 100 and maximum 200, 0 minus 30% increased melee ability damage. Wow, that's just crazy. That's cool. This includes powered, unpowered, and glaive melees. Oh, remember about glaives, yeah. Grenade. From 1 to 100 improves the base cooldown of your grenade ability. Improves the amount of grenade energy gained from external sources and any grenade regeneration speed scalars from other sources. If you had 100 and more towards 200, 0 minus 65% increased grenade ability damage. Holy moly. That's cool. Super. From 1 to 100 improves the super energy gain from damaging targets. It does not change the base cooldown time of your super. Improves the amount of super energy gain from external sources and any super regeneration speed scalars from other sources. If you have 100 and towards 200 max, 0 minus 45% increased super ability damage. Oh my god. If I have the super stat towards the maximum, my abilities are going to deal increased damage? Holy wow. That's interesting. Class. Oh, this is probably for me this is the most perfect because I always rolled on my on my warlock, hunter, and titan. I always roll on them mostly their class specific stats. Like my warlock have the recovery, my hunter had mobility. Well, not mostly mobility, but I tried it to like be in golden to have some kind of a balance among the stats, but I try to get the class stat to be in priority. So my hunter have mobility and my titan have resilience. So class from 100 from 1 to 100 improves base cooldown of your class ability, improves the amount of class energy gained from external sources and any class regeneration speed scalars from other sources. 100 and 200 max grants a 0 minus 40 HP over shield, uh, 0 minus 10 in PvP. Oh, okay. On casting your class ability. Wow. Duration is determined by the ability used. Example: Dodge and Thruster last 5 seconds. Barricade and Rift last 10 seconds. Okay. But the thing is, every time I'm casting my class ability, I get an overshield, 40 HP overshield. That sounds neat. Weapons. Oh, also very crucial stat. From 1 to 100 improves weapon reload and handling speed. Improves damage versus minor and major combatants. Oh, 0 minus 15% for primary and special. 0 minus 10% for heavy. If you have 100 and max 200, grants a chance for ammo bricks produced to contain more ammo than normal. Improves damage versus boss combatants and guardians. Oh, we have 0 15% minus 15% for primary and special, 0 minus 10% for heavy. Bonus weapon damage versus players from 0 minus 6%. But they include both PvE and PvP. But PvP bonus isn't that great, to be honest. Well, I understand that they don't want they don't want to have a mess in PvP, so that in order so they will then after the Edge of Fate that they will about to tune this. For the stats going away with the new system, we have set them to a fixed value for all players. Mobility is fixed to what 30 once was for Titans and Warlocks and 40 for Hunters. Additionally, there are new leg armor mods to adjust this higher. Resilience is fixed to what 100 once was. Recovery is fixed to around what 60 once was. Ability stats and recharge rates. As a part of this major rework, we have tuned all of the base recharge rates of abilities to better align with the way the new stats work. At low stat investment from 0 to 30, your abilities will be recharging slower than they used to, but at a high investment 70 and 100, they will be recharging faster. Any chunk energy gains, think demolitionist like perks that provide a direct amount, and any energy recharge scalers, think Crown of the Tempest, will also now be scaled by your stat investment. At 70 stat, they will match the live game values and surpass them up to 100 stat. Below 70 stat, they will give less value than the live game. We believe that these changes together make the stats more impactful than they have been previously. As well, there are now more trade-offs to not investing in a stat. Committing to a stat will allow those that invest in them to achieve even higher potency than before. We hope that this leads to a bit more diverse landscape of the build crafting than before, allowing players to choose of committing hard to a single ability type or perhaps building something a bit more Swiss Army like while not allowing the choice of both at once. They're referring jack of all trades, something like that. Okay. Internal play testing has shown that a variety of both brand new and old reliable builds shine in this new system. So we are excited to see what you all cook up. Now let's shift to an adjacent topic: exotic armors. How are they going to work in this new stat system? Exotic Armor 3.0. That's interesting. If you find yourself looking at the exotic armor you have now, only to realize you're going to need a different stat setup for your build, don't worry. Since Armor 3.0 announcement in October, our plans for exotic have evolved to better support this transition. With the release of Edge of Fate, we'll be updating all new drops for existing exotics to use the new Armor 3.0 system, reducing the amount of time it will take to get armor with stat you want. In addition, we're told Ada 1 gave reproducing exotic armor a try. The supply may be limited, but most Guardians should be able to focus their choice of any previous acquired exotics with some influence over their stats. Of course, if you prefer to take your time and use the roles you have, they will get the stat updates described above, but don't wait too long. Important, Ada's exotics focusing will only be available in the year of prophecy. As for exotic class items, we'll be updating these items directly with stats based on the perks they have on them. Oh yeah, as far as I remember, they are also going to include in class items some of those perks. So yeah, the class items now no longer, especially legendary class item, no longer going to be just a piece for your set, for example. If you already have perk combinations you like, keep them. If you're still hunting, feel free to visit the Pale Heart now to get ready to the edge for the Edge of Fate. Don't forget Zur either. He will may not be his own, but he does bring exotic class items for purchase from time to time. We will have more details on how this will work. Now Ada's focusing will work and the way stats will roll for all armor in a future tweet. Okay. Prismatic in the Edge of Fate. Oh yeah, they're remembering about the Prismatic. During our hands-on preview for the Edge of Fate, we shared an earlier look at prismatic tuning planned for update 9001. This tuning paths reduced the number of fragments that could be placed on various aspects, and as we have found, the prismatic subclasses have been a bit hot since release. Certain prismatic builds have increased damage output and survivability to a point where some changes can feel trivial, and bringing everything else up to prismatic level wouldn't help to solve this issue in a healthy manner. We see this conversation about power creep frequently, which is why we take time to tune things up or down during release timelines. This gives us an opportunity to rein in outliers when new content is coming online. While we're still planning an overall tuning path for Prismatic for a future date, featuring buffs alongside other changes, will be changing our approach for the Age of Fate a bit in response to your feedback. Prismatic aspects that were originally planned to be reduced to one fragment slot will remain at two. We feel this is a good middle ground where some of the more potent aspects are being tuned down, but not by too much. Of course, we'll be playtesting this change internally before the Age of Fate launch as well to make sure it's the high decision. I don't understand why they like playing this game in balancing, like nerfing this, buffing this, nerfing this, buffing this, like this thing is infinite, like Ouroboros trying to fucking eat itself, but it couldn't because it's a freaking infinitely. And considering like not that many people purchased Final Shape and not that many people using Prismatic, I don't understand why you want to even touch this subclass. Is beyond me, but whatever, I digress. Here's the list of aspects per class and planned changes to fragment slot. Prismatic Titan, of course, they are starting from the Titan. Consecration from 3 fragments to 2 fragments, reverted from 1. Knockout remains at 2, reverted from 1. Prismatic Hunter, Stylus Executioner remains at 2, revert from 1. Ascension from 3 to 2. Winter Shroud from 3 to 2. Prismatic Warlock, Feed the Void remains at 2, reverted from 1. Helion from Helion from 3 to 2. Bleak Watcher from 3 to 2. But like at least like probably this is a perfect balance in all this. Like they could at least take one fragment, and I think it's going to be fair. At least it's going to be fair. Not that many people I think will complain. They could sacrifice one fragment, then I don't think this is going to be that crucial, in my opinion at least. With many changes coming to our stat system, gear tiering in Armor 3.0, we still see Prismatic as an incredible option for the ad clearing or boss DPS focus players among you. We're looking forward to seeing how you experiment with Prismatic and alternate subclasses at launch. Prophecy is on. Prophecy is the featured dungeon for Rite of the Nine for 2 weeks until June 17. How did you enjoy the changes we made? Have you been to complete the Sparrow Road without wiping? How many of your teammates fell to the deaths in the Kel Echo encounter? Well, I fell several times. There are 2 quests to complete this week in exchange for half oil weapons, and another one is awaiting next week. That's on top of the rolls you will be getting when completing the dungeon. Try ultimatum difficulty if you are feeling brave to get some adepts. No, not for me. I prefer to have it chill and cool. Well, I can try it on Eternity, but not on Ultimatum. Next week we will have increased rewards and drops from enemies turned on, so save some of your strength for them. Once we reach June 17, all dungeons will be unlocked in Rite of the Nine, with the first week having increased rewards for all of them, and the following weeks having one feature dungeon with the extra loot. Here's the count. Oh my god, Bungie, we remember that you write this last week. Why you keep reminding people about this calendar? Everyone know already this. From June 17 till June 24, all right dungeon will be available to play at any time at any difficulty. Yes. Increased currency drop active for all dungeons. Yes, you also write this last week. People are not that stupid, Bungie. Really, stop pretending that we are all stupid. From June 26 until July 8, all dungeons are available, and one will have increased currency rewards. Yes, I know. You also write this previously. From June 8 until July 15, again about this Lootapalooza. Increased currency rewards, weapon drops from enemies in all dungeons. Turn on a new way to spend your monetary manifold currency. Now that Prophecy is available, so are some more latest Bungie rewards, both the Rite of the Nine, Reglan, and the Seeker of the Nine. Displayed metal poster are now available at Bungie Store. Complete the required triumphs to unlock them. You have until July 15 to earn them. If you're interested about Bungie Store, then this is exactly the thing for you to do. If not, skip. Adept rotation calendar. When the Age of Fate launches, Adept weapons will be going away in favor of the new tier gear system. I told that to my friends, and I was right. Adept weapons will be going away. Yup. Yes. Because honestly, I never bothered about adepts ever. Like, I have some of those weapons, but like, I have a lot way more better weapons with better perks, so I never really bothered with adepts. And now, after the final shape, adept weapons will be going away. Before that happens, we want to be crystal clear on when you will be able to earn adept weapons from Trials of Osiris and Nightfalls in case you want to complete your collection. Check the calendar below. Weak Rake Angle, Shadow Price. Oh my, Shadow Price. Who the hell wants Shadow Price? Palindrome, Plug 1, Lotus Eater, Wild. Well, Lotus Eater is kind of a cool. Wild Style, don't remember. Just yesterday's question, Keen Thistle. Uh, what? Week of June 17. No Trials of Osiris this week. Okay, tomorrow's answer. July 1 Shayura's Ref and July 8 Shayura's Care. By the way, about the rotation from those adapts calendar, I find out about those like they always forgetting that when they writing those TWABs, people thinking that probably they remember what those guns we are talking by just by the name. All right, here we have on June 3rd we have Rake Angle. There it is. This is the um, Stasis Glaive in the first slot. Then we have Shadow Price. This is the Shadow Price, although I never was a real fan of this assault rifle because, or auto rifle, because the thing is that the perks themselves look. There are the perks. Like in the left column, you only have a feeding frenzy or overflow, and in the right column, you have either what is unrelenting and swashbuckler or thresh or dragonfly. But other than that, like like no thank you. The June 17th it's our beloved palindrome. This is the palindrome. It's our beloved hand cannon, which is an arc hand cannon with these perks. You see explosive payload, weapon master, outlaw, magnificent howl, like a lot of those perks, a lot of those cool, really cool perks. Even the desperate measures. By the way, it's not that actually bad of a perk. Then June 24 is plug 1. This is the plug 1 fusion rifle with these perks if you're interested. But then again, this is not very bad of a fusion rifle. Some people prefer it in PvP, some use it in PvE, like choose your preference. Then we have the Lotus Eater on July 1st. This is the Lotus Eater. This is Energy Void sidearm, rocket sidearm to be specific. And this have so good amount of perks, like a lot of those cool perks. Choose your pick. Then we have on July 8th Wild Style. This is Wild Star Style, the Nightfall or Grandmaster Nightfall version of double fire grenade launcher. It's a solar one with these perks like it have incandescent. Wow, I should definitely get some. Definitely. Zavala, I'll be seeing you in some of these days because I need that grenade launcher with incandescent because incandescent is cool. So yeah, this was this wild style, and we also have for the Trials of Osiris, week of June 3rd, yesterday's question. This is your yesterday's question. The new heavy burst hand cannon archetype, which shoots two bullets instead of just one. By the way, pretty cool archetype, I must admit. I like to use those hand cannons. Like I have two. My most beloved archetypes in the hand cannons are 180 and these now heavy burst to 2 round, which is 257 RPM. And we have these perks: Dragonfly, Warple weapon, and etc. etc. On June 10th, it's Keen Thistle. This is your Keen Thistle. It's 90 RPM aggressive frame sniper rifle. Some say it's good for PVE. Look at this. This is are their perks if you're interested. There it is. It's strange to see that they are saying that week of June 17, no trials for Cyrus this week. Does that mean that this is going to be a week for uh, our last Iron Banner? Probably. I don't know. But next, June 24th, tomorrow's answer. This is your tomorrow's answer. This is a Void rocket launcher, high impact frame with these perks. Wow, they have, because I have a tripod roll, and what else? Tripod and tracking module, but it also have a chain reaction. Wow, that's kind of cool. But getting this specific rocket launcher from Osiris is, well, if you want specific role from Osiris, well, welcome to the grind. Shayura's Wrath. This is Shayura's Wrath. This is 600 RPM submachine gun SMG in short, with these perks. Uh, Wait, this is probably the old version because probably this one. Yes, this one, because this is the new version with these kind of perks. They have the stabilizing rounds. I have some of these rolls with destabilizing rounds, and I even have feeding frenzy, repulsor race. I'm sorry. And the last one, July 8th, right near the DLC release. It's July 8th. Aisha, there it is. Aisha Scare, kinetic strength pulse rifle. Another new kind of archetype, heavy burst, 2 round, um with these perks. There's your Threadling, Desperado, the Slice, and that's it. Pride Month has begun. They give you they were giving the free code for the shader with that Pride stuff if you're interested, of course. But then again, long story short here, they are saying that every donation they're going to send some funding, organization, blah blah blah. Yeah. My Pride Month Classic. We are of course excited. Uh, an infinite prismatic. You already write this last week. Uh, Player support report, Seeker of the Nine Triumph update. Earlier this week, we fixed an issue: the right of the Nine Seeker of the Nine Triumph being tracked on a per character basis instead of being account based. However, we unintentionally reset the earned progress for finding collectibles within the right of the Nine dungeon. To solve this issue, we will be auto completing the collectibles earned from Spire of the Watcher, Goes to the Deep for all of the players in update an 8.2.6.4 releasing next Tuesday, June 10th. Progress towards any earned collectibles from Prophecy will be also retained. Known issue list: crystals made by the Rhyme Code Fragment. This was last week. They placed this enhanced recycle energy grants no energy back. Champ title has lost it. Yes, it's another reuse. Speaking of it, again reuse. Step 6 in the drowning labyrinth. Another reuse due to this quest being a fix between character score, scoped and account. While you have an alter, another reuse something in the tutorial exotic mission that you can. Another reuse when damaging streaker bosses. Another reuse when tracking eco's driving. Another reuse sometimes the time of one. Another reuse memento shaders can be prevented on armor. Another reuse second filament and spirit of filament can grant them. Another reuse. Bungie, how can you put exactly the same issue list? Are you even trying to fix them? I do Artist of the Week, Guardian, Past Life, doesn't matter. It's who they are now and what they do with their second chance defines them. That said, if my fire team had a famous singer from the old times and I somehow discovered that info, click on the link to read the whole comic. Okay. Scan Lane, Kell of House Retro. What's cooler than 12-player activity? Said activity being completed while playing on a CRT monitor. Miss those big bucks of cathodic rays every day. Don't know what I'm talking about. Please don't tell me. I don't want to feel older than I already feel. We are getting closer and closer to Edge of Fate, and we intend to share a few more details about what's changing in the following weeks through creators of our own streams and also our weekly This Week in Destiny or TWABs. Destiny is evolving as always, and we hope what we have shown so far has you excited. We know Titans are particularly happy with the new exotic they are getting. Yes, of course. I summoned the meow meow. We probably should summoning Mjolnir, but okay. And yeah, they're referring to the I forget what's the new exotic for the Titan is that every time you throw your solar hammer, you can now return it back like Thor in the Avengers movie. Destiny 2 community team Bungie. Okay, so this was pretty interesting TWAP. Unlike those 2 weeks that I read them, and this was plenty of water there. But now, those were the interesting, really interesting changes and very interesting info. So me and my girlfriend Excella is really excited about those changes. So yes, thank you for listening. This was this week at Bungie or this week in Destiny, whatever you like to call it. Have a nice day. Be good, and remember, this isn't over because there will be continuation of this because it's Weskin time.